with a first-class golf course, a year-round swimming pool, pickleball and tennis courts, and incredible dining. The beautiful Ooltewah Club, located minutes from downtown Chattanooga, is a perfect place for the whole family. So join us for this in-depth guided tour of the Ooltewah Club. Hey everybody, we are so thankful to have the Ooltewah Club as our title sponsor. Today we're joined by Taylor Keith, the Director of Membership and Events, and she's going to show us around the club and everything the Ooltewah Club has to offer.
So we'll start here. So this is our newest and completed project. It was completed a week ago, actually. This space used to be open to the elements, but it has recently been enclosed. This is our new foyer and a nice entryway into the club. And then we do have our golf simulator and lounge to the side over here. It is a full swing simulator. You can play anything from zombie dodgeball to carnival games, and also courses, and then practice facilities as well. We have around 45 courses on the simulator currently, but they upload new courses throughout the months. PGA courses on there as well. It is endorsed by Tiger Woods, and it is a full simulator. Don't know if you've ever played on one before, but it's a little different from TrackMan, because TrackMan, you have your lasers down here where you're actually hitting the ball. The simulator's a bit differently. The lasers are inside the screen. There's 2 on each side, so there's 4 lasers that track the ball. But then there's also this black line up here. There's lights that come on, and there's a camera on the top. So it gives you a bird's eye view of the ball itself. So as your club face is hitting the ball, you can kind of see how open and closed the club face is. There's a preview of each ball you hit that comes up on the screen, so you kind of get stats immediately. So even if you're not taking a lesson, you can pretty much give yourself a lesson to see how the club face is hitting the ball, to know which direction it's actually going to go on the course. So it's a really good tool to use.
So the club's family friendly. There's lots more on the simulator than just golf. What are probably the most liked games by people other than golfers?
I would say probably zombie dodgeball.
Okay.
Is played a lot. Soccer is really good as well. A lot of families do their kids' birthday parties in this space, because you can rent it out by the hour, and then we cater all the food, so you just show up and have your decorations. And so they'll play the carnival games, which is really family, kid friendly, as well as all the other games. We have all the balls for all the sports, but I would say zombie dodgeball is fun for the kids.
Yep. How much is it for a family to rent it out for their kid's birthday party?
So it depends. If you're a golf member, it is $100 an hour for the room, and that does include the sim rental. If it is a social member, it's $200 an hour, and if you're not a member of the club, it's $300 an hour. This is the new entryway. We do have a new reception desk, which is nice, especially when we host member events. It'll be your check-in space for any of the RSVPs, like Santa brunch, Mother's Day brunch, the New Year's Eve dinner, and the Halloween party that we host every year. Keep it family friendly, so there's events for everybody. There's some adult-only events, so just kid events, and then of course we have family-friendly events as well. We have at least one event a week here at the Clubhouse. So you can be as active as a member as you want to be. Definitely. We'll head on through here. So this is the Pro Shop. The Pro Shop is where you will check in for your tee times. You'll also come here to get a cart if you're heading out to the range, and then this is where all the merch is as well. Keeping the Pro Shop stocked with many items in different brands. So we have FootJoy, Cutter and Buck, some Adidas. A majority of it is FootJoy, and then sometimes we'll get some Turtle Set in here as well. And then the ladies is mostly FootJoy and Adidas currently. And then we got some Sun Mountain. This is our main dining area, so this is typically where you'll have a majority of your meals, and a lot of the events are in this space. We do try to utilize other spaces of the facility for events, but a lot of them happen just in this space alone because it is warm in the winter and it's cool in the summer, so it's a good place to hang out. Been renovated The only space that hasn't been renovated in the main space is the bar. The bar is the original bar from when the club was transitioned into a club. Before the structure we're at now is a 100-year-old pole barn that was transitioned into a club because we are all on old farmland that turned into a golf course. So this bar will be completely renovated starting in January. The side room is currently being set up for an event we have tonight, which is a wine mixer, which is something for our members. Typically, we have a different wine feature, like a wine type featured each month, and it has hors d'oeuvres that are paired with the wines, and you kind of learn about the winery and how the wine is made. And this space is also utilized for any private events. So if you want to host a birthday party, baby shower, anniversary party, anything like that. Members, it is not a rental fee, it's just a food and beverage minimum. And then we do have a private event menu, so you just pick out your menu, we do all the things, you just have to decorate. The tables, cutlery, plates, chairs, tables, and tablecloths are all included. And over here, the men's does have a shower, ladies do not because we don't sweat, so we don't have to have one. Now we'll go through this door. And then this is our pool patio and pool bar. So the pool bar is over here with the garage doors, and the garage doors do typically come up when it's open. It is open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. From Memorial Day to Labor Day. Then after Labor Day, the pool bar is still open on the weekends until it just becomes too cold. So we have the kiddie pool over there. Typically there's fountains on each corner, which is really nice when you're out here in the summer. You can kind of hear the water running. It's just really relaxing. And this is a junior Olympic size swimming pool, so it goes from 4 feet, 5 feet, back to 4 feet. There's 2 stairs on each end of the pool. And then there's also a gate in the corner over there towards the parking lot side, to where you can come in through the parking lot. You don't have to walk through the clubhouse. This is a side patio. This is my favorite place to dine just because it's typically always shaded, and then you have a nice view of the course itself. We do have the metal screening on the right hand side, so you don't have to worry about getting hit with golf balls, which is nice. So it is a nice quiet place to dine. We have a fire pit connected to the patio. It is a gas fire pit. Yeah, just ask the staff member and they'll turn it on for you.
So you're going to take us to 2 or 3 of your favorite holes on the course. Is that right?
Yes. That's right.
So what is it about the Ooltewah Club that you think sets it apart from other golf clubs in the area?
It's a hard question. I feel like there's a lot. So I will say the owners, for one, they've invested so much money into the facility, and they're still investing money into it just to make it something for the community. It's not necessarily for themselves, it's for them to do it for the community itself. So everyone has a place to gather, it's family friendly, it's affordable, and that's the main goal of them purchasing the club itself.
And that was evident in the fall festival that you guys had.
Yes.
That was community, open to the community.
Yes.
It was a fun event. We were there.
So we'll start with number 9.
Works for me.
9's one of my favorites. It's a par 3.
Now, Taylor's shot actually did not go as far left as that tracer shows. It hit the side of the hill there and rolled, funneled right down right in front of the green.
There you go. Come on down.
Great. Love to see it.
With the pin on the top shelf, my ball landed just behind the green on the bottom of the hill and then rolled all the way across the green and ended at the front of the green. So what is it about this hole that you like?
Honestly, because it's pretty. It's a pretty hole. I like the green because the green has a nice little shelf on it.
At this point, I think it's important to explain what you're about to see next. Apparently, on Rustin's way back to the golf cart, he accidentally hit record on the camera. So when he got up to the green to record up there, he hit record again, thinking he was beginning a new recording. But actually, that just stopped the recording of the ride up to the green. Then when he left the green, he clicked record again to end that recording. but that was actually starting a new recording. So what we ended up with was 10 minutes of footage like this. So that's where Taylor's first shot ended up, and she had an absolutely incredible chip that ended up right there next to the hole. Honest mistake by Rustin, but we appreciate him letting us have some fun with it. That was a really nice chip.
Thank you. It's like my chip of the year right there. It's really, my short game has definitely been struggling this year.
It's on camera.
That's good. Shot of a lifetime right there.
What is one thing that you wish community at large knew about the Ooltewah Club that they might not know?
Well, we are the only green grass facility that has a simulator for one.
That's awesome. And like you said, it's not, obviously there's PGA Tour courses on that simulator, but there's also other games too that kids can enjoy as well.
Yes, lots of other games. I mean, even if your kid plays baseball, you can come and practice hitting baseball in the sim. So that's a good option. Basketball, and for adults that like darts, you can play darts.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
You can use like a golf tee, like that, or darts, and the sensors pick it up.
Well, that's what I was about to ask. It's like, so what do you use as a, I mean, I doubt you're throwing darts at that screen.
Use a tee. You can use a straw. Obviously, it'd be terrible to throw, but.
So this is the tunnel under Snow Hill Road you were talking about earlier.
So you can definitely tell the difference on the front nut and the back nut. Just after you exit the tunnel, it's more wide open. The number 11 is right here. This was a project that was done last year. We have a pond on number 11 now.
My daughter loves that little bridge right there.
Yes.
She said she felt like Cinderella walking across the bridge.
It makes sense. I mean, it is original to the property, which is really nice because that's one thing that the owners do. They do restore like all the history within the course itself of the property.
That's awesome.
So we did a huge drainage project here between number 17 and 11. So there's a lot of drainage that went underneath number 17. All the rock that's around the trees was the rock that they took from the ground when they dug for the placements of the drains underneath the ground.
How about that?
So it's really nice.
$1 million question. Is it pronounced Ooltewah or Ooltewah?
I think it depends on your accent. I say Ooltewah, but I am from Alabama, so it might have a little bit of an Alabama accent in there.
I gotcha.
How do you say it?
So I'm from here, but our dad was always very specific. It's Ooltewah. There's an L. He'll be like, there's an L in it.
Well,
so I was like, okay, sounds good.
so I'm taking you deep into the back for another favorite, and that's hole number 15.
Okay, yeah.
Number 15 is the fave. I like it, and the green is ginormous.
And it's right along Snow Hill Road.
Yes.
You can see it from the road as you're coming up.
And now since the trees are starting to turn and you can start to see through the trees, you can see the lake from the back nine, which is really pretty.
Especially on 13?
Yes. Yes, 13 you can definitely. Lots of water on the holes, lots of water on the course in general.
I've been pretty good at finding that water the past couple rounds.
I'm trying to think back to all the holes that do not have water. So it's 1, 2, and 3, no water. 4, 5, 6, 7 water holes. 8, another water hole. 9, water. 10, water. 11, water. 12, it does have water to the left-hand side, but if you're hitting there, you're out of bounds anyways.
I would still probably find it.
That's okay. That's okay. Number 13 has a project ongoing on it there. It's going to be a creek in the middle of the fairway that runs horizontal. Right now it's a dry creek bed, but it will have running water.
Okay.
We don't do any projects on the course until it is in the dormant months, so it doesn't affect the playability for the members.
Oh, that's good.
Yes. We're on number 14, and on the back side of the green here, you can see these little gravestones. So the McKee family owned all of this land, so that is their pet cemetery of all their family animals. The course does intertwine into 4 different neighborhoods. The clubhouse itself is located in the Hampton Creek neighborhood, but then it also intertwines through the Hamptons, Hampton on the Lake, and then Hampton Cove.
Yeah, that'll work.
So I had a nice little drive here. It ended up going 255 yards, but you're about to see Taylor take an incredibly aggressive line over the house on the left. She absolutely demolishes this ball. She ended up hitting it 243 yards.
This is on hole number 16. This was a project that was done to help with the water, and it makes it a lot prettier.
That's one of the prettiest areas in the whole course, in my opinion. Right
Yes,
there.
it's
Beautiful.
super pretty. So with the extra water on this side, it just makes it feel different. So we added the nice little hills, the trees, and I'm excited for those trees to get mature because they're weeping willows, which are beautiful. So they'll be really pretty once they mature.
Oh, yeah.
So that little Hagrid's hut, as I call it.
Oh, it does look like it, doesn't
Yes,
it?
I love Harry Potter. So Hagrid's hut right there is our snack shack. So you can see the sliding door there. You hit it on number 17 and on number 12. So 12 green and 17 tee box. You'll hit
So there's
the
the
snack
12th
shack.
green over there.
Yes. And then 17 tee box is here. 17 is a really long, beautiful hole. And then we do have the on-course bathrooms right beside the little snack shack there in that building. The Champions Club is not the Ooltewah Club because it has changed.
This used to be the
Yes, used to be the Champions Club, but now, since the new owners have taken over back in 2020 and rebranded it as the Ooltewah Club, it's a completely different course. Granted, the layout is unique, but there has been a few holes that's changed. So a lot of people are like, oh, I played it back then. It's a goat track. Not anymore. No. So the owners have invested around $8 million just in renovations. So the first almost $3 million was just in renovation of the course itself. So when they took over in 2020, the course was not in good condition. So the bunkers had the play sand that you see at Lowe's. That was what was in the bunkers. Horrible conditions. And then there was trees down. There was a big hole in number 18 green to where the water had, like the rain and the creek right there had just eroded the green so much that it pretty much took a majority of it out. Number 1 is now, it's not a dog leg anymore. Number 1 is a completely new hole. The creek beds have been cleaned up. The greens are in phenomenal condition. They're fast, which is great. And then all the bunkers, pretty much almost every single bunker has been redone on the property. So for people, they're like, oh, I've played it before. I always ask the question, have you played since 2021, 2022? And they're like, well, no. And I'm like, well, it's a different course. You got to come out and see it.
Absolutely.
Just because it's nice. The facilities have really transitioned into something that, the Ooltewah community can be proud of.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I mean, even the tee boxes, like, they're pristine.
Yes.
That was the first thing I noticed on hole number 1 when my daughter and I came over and played 2 weeks ago. I mean, we walked up and I was like, good grief, look at this tee box. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Nick does a really good job, our superintendent. He keeps up all the par 3s, tee boxes, and they get overseeded, so they're definitely really green in the wintertime, and that really helps. Same thing with the range. We don't do mats on the range unless they have overseeded, and we're just kind of protecting the grass to really flourish before. And then, of course, right before member guests, we're on mats because it's member guest. So, yeah, but this is a short game practice facility.
So we got the driving range on the other side of that net.
Yes, so we do have a full driving range on the other side of the net, and then this is the putting green, and then we have the chipping green over there.
The golf balls that we're seeing on the green, are those always out here?
Yes, yes, so we always have range balls on the range and on the practice facility. The chipping green has 3 bunkers, and there is a 60-yard shot from the back, so it is a really big practice area.
Oh my goodness.
We would be remiss if we didn't show you what the golf cart included. It comes with a cooler that has 2 or 3 water bottles in it, green sand that matches the turf, and obviously a scorecard, and the really cool part, 6 golf tees that have the Ooltewah Club logo on them. Taylor, thank you so much for showing us around the Ooltewah Club. Check them out at ooltewahclub.com. That's the best place for people to go to find out anything they want to know about you guys. Awesome. We so appreciate them. They're a fantastic, fantastic place. So fun for the whole family. Pristine condition course, the ooltewahclub.com.